Hey guys, what is up? Ray here. I wanted to showcase Vengeance into Scotland. Some players recently on the Discord have been having trouble with this matchup, particularly with controlling the board and everything. So I wanted to try to showcase Vengeance into this matchup, try to explain my thoughts and decision making, through a game. Okay, so Vengeance really needs to think about covering the coasts. So the first thing is we have another Explore coming up. That's going to be a stage 1, sands, wetlands, or mountains. This is guaranteed to be one of our coastal lands. And this is going to be a town, which can then build a city. And we don't have any fast things to deal with that town, so it's going to build the city unless we stop it with, either a fast disease, or a draft. So right now, our drafts are heavily focused on kind of maintaining the pressure from the cities builds. Once we have that under control, the pressure then shifts from Scotland to the inlands. All the town ad slop gets added on and piled on, and we have to essentially deal with that in a way where we can maintain one land, not so for each land type, for example sands, one sands is clear and the other sands is more built up. This is how we can kind of then keep using a skip or a blight removal or something to always deal with these lands as we continue to scale. And our goal is to then scale to get to a point where we can then chug the fear off to victory. So that's kind of like the long-term goal, and plan for this matchup. Secure safety on the coast so you don't lose to the loss condition. Deal with the pressure of the inlands because Scotland's an inland pressure. Scotland 6 is an inland pressure adversary, as funny as that sounds. And then scale, push to win. So we need some drafts because we can't deal with those cities. So we have to buffer that in some kind of way in order to deal with it. So this is really good because we got some really great options. So let's talk about them. Call to Ferocity is probably the best choice here because it allows us to play at turn 1 in order to deal with the wetlands, sands, or upcoming mountains explore. If these are towns, then we can easily just push them out and then it'll be a town build instead of a city build. And that's much more manageable for us. And we can kind of plan around how we deal with that, whether it be via plague bearers or something else. If it's mountains, we don't have to worry about 2. That's our built up mountains. Our inland one is the one we want to keep clean. So what does Call to Ferocity do? Allow us to keep it clean and just push it out of there. Create a stack somewhere else. So right now, I can't really mark these, but this mountains. Ooh, we can add marks. Okay, so this mountains is our built-up land. This wetlands is our built-up land. We have a clear one. We want to maintain the clear one here, and we want to maintain the clear sands here. So this is going to be our built-up sands. And then we have the choice of how we want to build up our jungles. This already has a blight in it. So we kind of want to keep this one clean. So this is the one we're kind of paying attention to build those up. So let's keep those there for now and kind of showcase how this comes into play, because over time we'll see that these are the lands that we're pushing into, controlling into, and building those up. I really like Call to Ferocity. I want to take it here, but I want to talk about the others. Delusions of Danger helps us push victory conditions. It's only really useful in these inland lands, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, and 3 of them are going to be built up land, so it's really only useful in 4 and 7. It's also a 1 cost, so I would have to play it this turn, and I can't go bottom and play both a 1 cost and Fetid Breath if I wanted to get Fetid Breath early, and to cover the town build from Scotland. Where is it? 3. So that's kind of a no-go. The only benefit here is it's really good for Event Forgets, and we get to push Fear Victory condition with that bonus Fear. Uncanny is really, really good here because it covers 2 of the lands that we're building up or plan to build up. So this allows us to create cycles with our skips, so that way we don't have to reclaim every turn. We can play Strike Low, Uncanny, then reclaim, which gives us an extra turn to grow and scale our presence tracks. Gives us Fear for the victory condition, and it also has 3 important elements for some of the worst elemental events in the game: Years of Little Rain, New Species, Missionaries. The last is Savage Maulbeast. Savage Maulbeast is okay. We can also play it this turn. It's dual element for Vengeance. And what it does is later in the game, if we end up going plays, which is not guaranteed, Vengeance is into Scotland is kind of a flip-flop. Oh, we may go majors because the situation is better for it. Oh, we may go minors because we can push it or something like that. It has good value on this turn 1 in that it's dealing 2 damage into this land, but it also requires a presence commitment, which can be kind of a big deal for Vengeance into Scotland. And it's not getting the threshold, and it's not doing anything elementally for us early. So there's no reason to be focusing on these elements so early on when Vengeance doesn't have access to being able to play these elements. We need to reveal them off track, and we also probably need to get 3 plays. That's when elements becomes a big deal, not turn 1. Turn 1, we should be covering the things that could potentially kill us the most. That's going to be 1. Okay, let's change these markers. So these are lands to watch out for. Let's do that. And these are lands that we have to be careful of. So I would either take Uncanny or Call to Ferocity here. Call to Ferocity is the safer pick, just to be able to deal with 1, 3, and 7. Now, I'm probably going to deal with 4, and I'm going to be a little bit greedy about it by playing Fiery Vengeance next turn. Which does leave me susceptible to increasing aggression and everything, so, oh well. But it's a 1 out of the entire event deck chance. Too bad we can't see the total number there. And we're going to go bottom because we're going to play that Call to Ferocity to deal with our Coast if it comes up, and Fetid to do a follow-up on the build. That early pressure from the Coast is kind of the biggest threat to Vengeance, so I want to take care of that as quickly as I can. I could deal with 5 and then try to hope that 3 comes up with something, but probably not. We might get the Beast event and get 5 cleared, luckily for us. Otherwise, we'll take a Blight to scale there. Here, we're taking that 1 Blight to scale there. We're playing Fiery, and we're playing Plague Bearers. We get to move this guy out. And we can put that into 4. So 4 may actually end up becoming our built-up land here. So normally, if it's kind of bad RNG that we got jungles first, because if that ends up coming up later, then we can grow to that fire and be able to easily, hit that and destroy that. Can't really do that right now. But we can still utilize it because of the Scotland 6 ad slop. If we wanted to go that route. The other thing we can do is gain more powers for ways to deal with some stuff. We don't have to do that right now. So let's grow. I want to maintain presence in there, and then I kind of want to expand presence elsewhere. If I'm thinking this could become a major game, so I'm going to put a Sacred Site just to have that prepared. And I may take a second Blight here in this 5 next turn, and we'll see what the situation ends up being. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I lose my skip, so I can, but I get to play another disease power. Okay. I'm gonna seek to control it, of course, because this is really good for us. And I'm gonna just replay Fetid here to get the disease in there. But that gives us that extra fear. Sadly, no Dahan and Lens with Blight. Shout out to board C. Oh, but we do get a good fear card hit. Terror 1 has a really good chance. Let me see my chart here. Spirit Island. We have a RNG statistic chance, so let's see what those Terror 1s come up with. Terror 1 in a land with Beast is a 39% chance to deal with. Maybe a little bit less because there's no Dahan, but pretty big chance. I would say roughly around 30% chance to get that, so that's a really good hit. No build there. Get that town removal there. And we just have to add it back, of course. Yeah, of course, allow the build. Wetlands. So you can see how that city issue is now coming up some more. I don't like the disease over here, so I'm going to put it in here. I just need to maintain this guy to clear out that build. So we are going to reclaim here instead of grow. A little bit of a weird change. And we need a little bit more miners because we lost that power. 6 is going to be a land where we take Blight, so we really want to protect 1 in some way. How we protect it, though. What's coming up next? So we have potentially Sands coming up next. I think Call to Ferocity is a good pick here because it helps us cover a bunch of different lands. So we're definitely playing that. And then that means we kind of want to play another fire card. I kind of want to play Plague Bearers in order to get a disease into 1. That way if Jungle shows up, I can also take care of both 4 and 8. I think that is our play right now. So then what are we picking for the future? Kind of like Twilight. Really good Forget power. Yeah, I'm liking Twilight. I like Rain of Blood. But I don't have a good way to deal with these cities yet. So I'm thinking I can allow at least like 1 or 3 to... If I go card plays, I really... At least this gives me additional Dahan manipulation for Call to Ferocity flexing. I think I like that, and the event forgetting over Rain of Blood. Even though Rain of Blood is on element, it doesn't. It helps push the victory condition, but we're still struggling here with, you know, these built up lands and this guy. But if I can shift my Plague Bearers from like 4 if it comes up, or 5 if it comes up again, then, you know, I can just shove them into 1 here. Even if Mountain shows up, this is just fine stacking up, and I can get 7 with Call to Ferocity and then still shove my like Plague Bearers into here and cover that land and skip it. So that's the play we're going to go with right now. Yep, sure. Oh, get another disease in there, which is pretty nice. Ooh, we get clever co-op. Pretty juicy. Because this gets to cover the wetlands for us here. Push or gather 1 into a land with invaders. I'm really happy with our Dahan setup where this is right now, so not too worried about that. Kind of a miss. There's our built-up sands coming up. Jungle shows. So we have to... Plague Bearers only gets 2 things, so we have to be a little bit careful with that. I can Plague Bearers those guys out. And then push these guys out. And then one of them will build up. But I kind of want to fully solve these things. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk on 3. Because I'm going to skip the 1 here. So I'll show you. So we savage this. Pharaoh this. And then we push these guys out. And the disease is now in here. I wonder if I can deal with that. I wonder if there's a way to save the blight here. There is. We're gonna push that guy in there. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we can kill this town. Wetlands may come up again here on the stage 3, which could build another city. Mountains is kind of doomed. I really don't want mountains to build another city, but it's kind of looking like we may need a major to clear this. So I'm building this up pretty big right now. So we can deal with this in a different way, which is kind of nice. And we can actually even move that disease over there to be able to skip it and save blight. For now. And if it comes up again, we don't have to worry about it, and it builds a town and not a city for this next one thing. We can also get our 3 plays here, and I really like that option because I think I'm going to go transition into the 4 plays opportunity and then try to deal with the things with my innates. So I want to be here just in case I get that defend on here. And then I think I want... So our sands are a little bit in trouble right now. In case this comes up again, I want a presence in here. I want to keep 7 clean. And then... I'm really feeling like I should get a presence in 3. But... I think it just may be better off in 7. One, two, three. I have so 7 or 3 is kind of the choice here, or a sacred site, just for 0 range targeting. I think I want sacred site flexibility because I don't know how much presence I'm gonna have, and just 1 damage to stuff here. No, my beast. Basically nothing. Yeah. Yeah, mountains and jungle. So it's good we've been trying to keep a lot of these clean. Because, and I can put another strife here just to stall this one out, which is really convenient. And I'm glad it's not wetlands, mountains, because I would have to... We saved the blight in case it was mountains, wetlands, and then we take the blight on that wetlands again. But now we're going to have to skip this mountains over here. So it means we have to take care of these jungles. And we've got the Dahan in them, so the back-to-back is super nice here. They take care of themselves, and we're only focused on dealing with this mountains. So now is the point in time where we're really looking for these synergistic on element cards, because we've got to the point where we scaled and we've dealt with our built up lands, and we're looking for some like really good opportunities, either for extra safety for this 3-in-1, or for things that are on element to help us hit these higher tier innates. I'm really liking the explore prevention on this one. It is coastals next, so it doesn't really do anything because it's going to put 2 towns into 3. I think the most meaningful thing we can do here is just call to isolation flog. I'm being totally honest, because I don't really know how much presence ads I'm going to get, because I have to play this skip next turn. So it's like maybe 1 more ad, and then maybe we get to 4 card plays, and I'm going to figure out how to deal with these. So desiccating mountains and sands are not really our blighted lands. It's kind of the jungles this time, so it's not so great an opportunity. Mez requires a 0 range presence. Great card, but not a good chance to really utilize it too well. And then Treacherous, also just not great opportunities on inlands, because it's 2 of our coastal lands, and coastal's coming up next, and we want to take something to protect a little bit from that coastal barrage here. So Call to Ferocity is really going to help us here. So is Call to Isolation. We don't need to skip this turn, which is great. So we're playing a little bit ahead, and I'm going to do something like this. So we get to kind of double solve our 3. This is going to explore, and then we're going to push them out again. And then they are going to get another town that we're going to have to deal with. No innates. Do get the missionaries. So I'm just taking a real quick look at our presence, and we're only going to probably be able to use Fiery like 1 more time for that. So this is the time to get rid of our Fiery Vengeance. Or just discard our Fiery Vengeance, actually. Because I can't use it next turn. I'm not going to have any destroyed presence this turn. And this will eventually get a blight, I think, so it'll be a lot easier to take care of any cities that build up here. What we really need is extra blight in here. So once we get our tier 2 epidemics, we're looking at 6 damage to chunk out these cities. We have a lot of towns in that land too, so a tier 2 epidemics with a minor path build is going to give us this pathway to clear all these cities out for the Terror 3 victory. No beast, we get to re-add our beast. I don't real. I'm in both of these jungles, so I have a lot of, I think, safety measures with the blight in them. The beast is going to be best utilized in this land 5 or this land 7, where I don't have, you know, too many things built up. So I think we're just going to re-add it to maybe land 5, just in case that explores in the future. Oh, I could have added it to land 1 because I'm going to put an explorer there on the coast. That was a good opportunity. Not matching the Ravage card. Can protect from increasing aggression by throwing it on this 7. I think I like that just because. Oops, has to go into town. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll add it for some extra opportunities to destroy some things in this land 6, or make things weaker and make it easier. We do get the. I forgot about this. The town and the city build. That's just me mistaking this. So I'm gonna eat this disease, and we're gonna get that city there. Coastal. Yep. Just want to cover that guy. And do have to reclaim here. We are getting stockpiling a bit of energy, so I think we can actually go for a major. We haven't really gotten any defense, though. A lot of potential hits here to get a good defend power, just to stop some stuff. And I'm using my skip on that coast, so... And I do have Call to ISO back up, so I think I'm reclaiming here for now, just for some safety. One more time. Fast major... It's unlikely we get something that helps us in this situation fast and on blighted like lands to stop Ravage. It's more likely we get a miner that can help us. So I'm gonna go miner. And that does it. At least one thing. Strike low. We get Veil. We may have to cascade here. A little bit sad, but... Three, an extra animal. Allows us to get a fear card to maybe help this out. Maybe Terror 2. Yeah, we got a Terror 2, so that's really, really useful. And that reduces there, so that is a big chance for something instead of just doing damage over here. Big chance at 8 getting covered. Yeah, that, add one to a land with 3 or more invaders. I kind of need to control this 7 a little bit. So I want more disease in 2, of course. It would be great. But, I mean, even with a couple extra city builds, I think we can handle it over the course of the game here. Maybe 7 takes a blight. Maybe not. It's tough. I think we can control out of it. We do need to get rid of that city too, so probably majors for that one, which means I am gonna put it in here instead. But I should put it in 8 just in case we get the hit. I'm gonna... Oh, we can't put it in 8. It has to be 3 or more. I'm just gonna build that up a little bit. Matching the Ravage card to a land. Not matching the Ravage card. This is kind of done. I kind of want... this is gonna build, and this is gonna build. I want to get 2 out of there. Push... push that next turn. not a good hit. Do blight. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sands Explorer was coming up. It couldn't be mountains. That's why I wanted to put that town there. That makes sense. A little bit too many mistakes this game, I think. And we don't have our skip, so we have to reclaim that skip back. Just looking to protect things at the moment. It's funny, trees would have actually been a good major pick to help us there. Strike and call. And then we can also kill these, but we're killing Dahan every time we do that, so I'm more so inclined to do something like this. Oh, maybe just get all the cities, just in case Grim Toll event will kill that city for us. Prevent the build and just deal with that. More build up, always pretty good. And strike. Grim Toll. Not bad. Get that extra city kill there for free. Don't ravage there. I mean, it doesn't matter. Sport does not affect. Oh, one turn late. Lands with disease are not a source of exploring, sure. Or town into land with cities. Yeah, I don't want more cities, honestly. I can skip that, because otherwise I'm going to have to get to Terra 4. It's already looking like I have to get to Terra 4. May as well try to reduce that. Let's see. We cannot use our current hand to keep solving the coast. This is the problem, why we really wanted to prioritize some of those drafts. Jungles and sands. This is going to probably build that city now. And it's a back-to-back, so that's not fun. Let's try to just get more majors for fear, or maybe more minors for fear. We need more minors for more diverse solutions. We're really looking for like kind of anything interesting at this point. Spur is kind of interesting because it gets us reduced thresholds. So does Gonk, but I think Spur is going to be the most interesting choice. because that's going to get us tier 2 of our right innate as well. If I play Plague Bearers, what am I at? 3-3? Yeah, so Plague Bearers is going to get me some pretty good juice. Gets me tier 2s. 2, 3, 4 can move those 2 out, and then somehow deal with that city. Looks like skipping it next turn and probably defending this or something. 2, 4, 6, 8. Probably just skip that and maybe take a blight on here. I'm already blighted. Just get those cities out of the way for now. I don't need that guy on the coast. Actually, what's the rest of this do? Jungle or wetlands? Okay. Jungle in there is pretty good. I like preventing the city in here. This is going to be 2, 4, 5, 6, so I can actually defend this next turn safely. And I want that disease in there. That's definitely one. I want to be in lands with the Han. So probably just... This will also prevent a city. And if Sands comes up again, I'm already preventing my build. So this is really good. Get that in there. Sure, that's pretty good. Sands can explore again. I'm kind of tired of dealing with that land. I think I want to commit the defend up here for 5, 6, 7, 8. If I have a good chance to, and I think I do, commit the defend up there because I can veil it, then I want to defend 1, 2, 3. This would be 1, 2, 3. 4, 5 kills this. So then it's just that town is kind of there. And then I can actually move it out with Plague Bearers if it comes up. So that means I have a really good chance to actually just defend this land, 2, 4, 5, 6, if I just get rid of it. I think we do that. And yeah, we allow that because we can Plague Bearers out. Yeah, Sands again, really good call. This mountains is now in danger. I actually probably should have put the Blight Cascade into this wetlands. That was a little bit of a mistake. But I may be able to clear this with Plague Bearers, repeated Plague Bearers, and my tier 2 epidemics. So I can actually just get the towns out of here. And let's put the disease in here. Just clear that guy out. And now, what do we do? We want epidemics. And I think we want to draft a major to potentially like deal with this 7. So we're future looking. Four. Oh, that's pretty interesting. But I don't have enough energy, I think, for that. Oh, I do. Maybe 7. I can skip it. So I actually don't need a major for that. Let's just take this just in case. Really hard to play Kara at this moment. A little bit slow. This will build another city, but I guess it's fine. And I get to move 2, 4, 6, 8 out of here to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I get to destroy the city next turn, so that'll be okay. Two, 4, 5, 6. What does this do? The island is healthy. Okay, add 1 fear card to the top of the fear deck. Sure. Just more Dahan in the lands that we're in, I think, here. Or replace 1 city with a town. Ah, that's kind of neat. Means we're Terror 3, so if we could just kill this city, I think we're golden. Two, 3, 4. Let's reduce that. And we have Radiate on here. So it looks like we're going to get that Terror 3. No build. I'm actually just going to leave that land and get us the Terror 3 here. Moving these guys with Plague Bearers. Wait a minute. Give me 1 second. Where's this fear card? Skip all build actions. Yeah, and we're done here. Let's see another major for the fun of it. Nothing too fancy. GG. And that's Vengeance in a nutshell. Controlling Scotland 6. A little bit of priorities to pay attention to. A lot of things to think about. Even I messed up and forgot about the Scotland 6 build on the back-to-back, even though the back-to-back is usually pretty good for us. Means I probably should have taken Mez to potentially prevent that, but ultimately we ended up just taking a Cascade for kind of that misplay. So I think I could have played it a little bit better if I was paying attention to those things ahead of time. And I think that's the most important thing for Scotland. Everything that is a priority and everything that's adding pressure is something you have to plan for about 1 to 2 turns in advance. And if you just know what you're planning for and know the priorities of the spirit and what it needs to draft and what its game plan is, it goes pretty smoothly, I think. At least that's what it felt like this game. Pretty smooth until I made a slight misplay, and then we kind of adjusted and, you know, course corrected and got some really nice nukage on land 2 there with a bunch of disease ads and plague bearers and everything like that. So yeah, pretty fun match this time. Turn 10 is pretty slow. But secure win nonetheless. GG. Thanks for watching.